Saliba story anope Manchester United supporters big kon won omo nyina ani age no obi a follow the transfer between Manchester United and Carlos Baleba no adewe enyo wonwa because way back August 2025 ana Carlos Baleba ejitu mu se obeba Manchester United clubs bebree by say omopa brantie including Arsenal, Liverpool. But brantie friend say Carlos Baleba eka ni team ne come say if obe free Brighton are the only club opeso see akan Manchester United. So since August 2025 Anna Brighton decided to join Manchester Bobo no. At that time na Brighton for no demand this kakese na Manchester United for nye ready so betu say scan. Kwaku fast forward. Manchester United for Epe midfielders be brave. Omedi care for Andre Santos. Oma fati elements. Enra me beka kire say. Michael Carrick say open depths e won finfin o so beka ya. So definitely Manchester United be part of that midfielder. Na dia koye ni nyina na ye say. Manchester United structures no. Say ne eya decision e was say for process mu. Christopher Vivel ono ana head of scouting at the Manchester United bobuko. Player no pepa no Baleba. And Manchester United director of football Jason Walkers ono so pe Alex Scott. So kwaku head of scouting director of football obia wo player ope baako Alex Scott baako Baleba. By the komaya Baleba de na ababa be take over ni na say Christopher Vivel our head of scouting no etimi convince Manchester United in penny for no ano mu nyina agree say ene sadia yenko for branch friend say Carlos Baleba na problem ba kwa na e wo ho ne say on say Carlos Baleba pra etina Manchester United in penny for ne worried sa branch any pra no si akosan na ebe ha adwan na say ha adwan so de ekoye ne say meeting because we London. Some meeting because we London. No, it was between Manchester United representatives and Carlos Baleba. And we requested for a branch of friends Carlos Baleba, the medical reports, and then the current medical situation. So Manchester United, head of medical service and sports medicine, our Manchester United, Dr. Ahmad. Dr. Ahmad share Manchester United some medical reports now every Brighton abano. Ano advise Manchester United in paying for say Baleba plano enye pra ehu. Some few weeks na mobeti matono. It is a Manchester United crack of fana omu nsuru. Abrante ni beti ma fit. E pra ni nye pra be hardwin. So kwaku the Manchester United for the offer ni ko ni nyina no. Meeting na course wo London. Manchester Funya the medical report and the current states ni injury no and a Dr. Ahmad head of medical service and sports medicine of Manchester United ehwemu no ye say e pra ni nyipra and Manchester United decided say omo the 60 million pounds plus 5 million pounds add-ons ebeko making 65 say omo he Brighton say Brighton ebeti ase kwaku ne tintin eni ne tietia no Manchester na obusa bigi say Baleba of last season and last day kwaku personally obi no bit ma convince me say Carlos Baleba a bad player. Football form temporary. Ade temporary bia na nye permanent. Player bet me lose form this season, the following season obet ma baba abe topi me boa. Young players bebre o ho ya tag you say omo ye flop of the season. The following season no baba be best player. Yenya Luka Modric o free space e call Real Madrid. The first season, yes, or a day. The worst signing of the season. The following season, any season said in last season, Carlos Baleba form wasn't the best because na often you may be back injuries. Mielu psychologically not on your sound because last season now Brenton himself or come Manchester no. Now yes, Manchester United now went to Mianko affecting psychologically. Kwa to de bion na opade bebre unim se wonsa ka awie na disappointment ba etimi affect wo yen na ye nipa wa wo he me wa wo tie me obi timi sha obo say eneme ma wuska odi wani nyina ato so onim say na de onsa be keske ubenya mo retiti ho na nipa no disappoint akwaku anhwe ya de oye bi akwa no untimi concentrating ye until last season na Carlos Baleba form na enisro no yese eye ni injuries no ana psychologically na onye sound minko ka se Carlos Baleba eye top midfielder there bi ono so a onye bad midfielder se Manchester United etiminya Carlos Baleba o ma Manchester United nyoma miensa de di kan eye physicality e wo mfimfin to me oko check the physicality index between Carlos Baleba and the current Manchester United midfielders are none of them and about physicality index are almost so saying Carlos Baleba. It is so Manchester United just now ubenya that physicality, ball carrying ability. On your side midfielders no much ball no want to mean carry ball no. Adia ba Manchester United for time they criticize it. Omo midfielders ni bebre no. Dia mo kofa ni free PAG. Manuel Ugarte. I'm criticizing so Ojebo no ntimi fam pushi by enfa one the Carlos Baleba be Ojebo no ntimi carry and the last thing a defensive range into san yoma miensa wi se Manchester United etiminya Carlos Baleba defensive range ball carrying ability then that physicality will finfin or the Manchester United the hia na say obey fully fit obe pick the form ayenim Carlos Baleba no to me onye bad signing mre and a betche se boy ne be peke anaso peke so kwaku ye hwesa Manchester United be wie Carlos Baleba na bibia koyi e de Manchester United bo boko no enra me no di nkomo bi fa Arsenal ho ana me ka cho se Arsenal ese omope akese miensa so be kaya yeah akese miensa no bobo di nkyerɛw baako eye defender obebo as a right-sided right center back. A woman bit my boss a right full back. And I'm a ball Konsa didn't show me boy. Me and Sana a boy, you know. Barco a done. I come you. And every Arsenal, Aston Villa, Konsa, or Mary BBR. Good news for Arsenal as a club. Really, as you said, £50 million. And as I do no a room with add-ons. The next 48 hours, Konsa ebe ti ba in the medicals e di ama Arsenal bobuku no. Se bibia mbebuma the next 48 hours ana Konsa e ba in the medicals e di ama Arsenal bobuku no. Initially, Arsenal e di £30 million ne koi. Ana Aston Villa rejected. Ana Aston Villa say omo pay £60 million for Konsa. Ana Arsenal for say e was rododo. Ana Arsenal say and your messa the 10 million account. Ana call £40 million. And also so Aston Villa forecast say omo ntiase. And no na ma Arsenal for decide say and omo ntiase the asa system ni omo ntimi ntia. And omo share other options. Ana ma you titi din wom no. Ana branch friend say Konsa no. Also so pe Arsenal ko. Enti de akoye ni ese enra ana Konsa no ana ne camp ekohu Aston Villa fo mpanyimfo kwakom kopa acho se bebi edru no omo sire oma besom Aston Villa fo no ofri Brentford eba Aston Villa kwaku 7 good seasons wasum Aston Villa bobuko no waye lawyer wa committee ne ho wa show high level of professionalism. Now say Aston Villa for to me compete with Europe. E compete at the Champions League ni nya no. Ne modern boka ho wa ye key. E wiase ne boku ye nim ye mbombo ye chi. Enti say Arsenal ba. Ensa gunsa ye pamacho mama menko. Ani e say Aston Villa for mpanyim for share ne omani nya no so de. Mama Arsenal for mbra. And the koye ni say Andre better. E deal directly with Aston Villa for mpanyim for no ana kwaku almost added 10 million. And the account akwa ye £50 million. Ana ama deal no o madwie.
We were question bisa Kwame. Konsa at Aston Villa. Utimi boya ko World Cup with Aston Villa. Then everyone they move from Aston Villa. Akwa Arsenal you say so be a fitter or better bench.
Big question. kwaku de mimi hu ne say one boy no so hu ne say assistance now so call Arsenal winning a major trophy our Arsenal assistance now our so than winning our Aston Villa de to so mienu say our Aston Villa said they are obebo ball ni nyina bi by the level of projection ni profile ni rich our Arsenal ebe was so than Aston Villa. 3 financially obey improve than Aston Villa.
Okay.
And 4 said the tie bia wo Arsenal based on the project na Arteta aye no enfa won say obey regular start on regular start to obenya the playing time.
Okay.
Mama one example last season at the time at Arsenal for omunya Calafiori omunya Hincapi me pa twa beba ho omunya Calafiori omunya Hincapi na ye nyina ye ka say ene ba ku enya playing time but your boss season ni na wie un say obi enya playing time.
Yeah ochema omo enti Arteta so akere say oye sa coach a ne system no ope player e play or better system na sinti oye rotation a ombre.
Okay. Enti say oye Konsa na free Aston Villa call Arsenal udin be so rich financially in terms of trophies. Say Arsenal for show so me capable so me winning major trophies. Enti kwaku okonanim the next 48 hours no ano ba koye the medical said ya ma Arsenal buku no and you say Arteta de opabrantie na sem. And one major reason Arteta e de pen asem pa ne say on say ye can Gabriel area superiority or ye solid na Konsa no ye say ball ye winning ground duels no or ye super
nature ding
ground duels ni ye say contest between two players one on one na ball ne da for me winning enti ma statistics no last season no player and a winning ground duels essay Konsa 73.1%. Obi eni ho. Enti se unya na sa obo as a right center back, right back na. Ball ne eda form akwaku ne twe den ana wontimi wi engine free ni sem. Wontimi mfa ne ho. Enti ba ko ye suru adwuma na ba ko ye form adwuma. Didi suru didi form. O didi suru didi form na. Enkwaku ba na oba no. Apart from say ode sade we nyina ba no. Obesenya defensive depth. Se Saliba pra. Ene se Konsa said about would you so besurana. As a team, obeso compete at the highest level. Yemfa ya adwin nyina nko the first 11 so. I was a players or more train equally or more ability say almost so any opportunity bebo a almost a quality ni yepe. A good move for Arsenal. Normal players mi ensa no o ma wie baako aka mienu se dia ka no winger and a striker na Arsenal che so ma wie bibia Konsa done. Na after Carlos Baleba de no Manchester United for say so mo wie Carlos Baleba de na Brighton 40 asia main focus no left full back obi obebo as number 3 te say de ka no na kwaku story ni mate se wabo Salinas din wabo Louis Kelly din wabo Hall din na kwaku ni made ehu everything say omo ya advance bia no omo department your friend say data department sa data department no omadwuma ne say omo gather players ni na data every single data every single metric very important for sa department no na Manchester United data department no omo say Salinas Louis Hall Louis Kelly no omo data ne say Salinas na wosoro ojitum sa na anyame na make on
interesting
Manchester United data department say left back no more open no Salinas na wosoro ahead of Louis Kelly and Louis Hall.
Omo kan say omo pepe no we ne bo no esitu omo pepe ni engine tu
kwaku me engine tu
so we 16
that's it omo de ban say e data
kwame
ana omo data ne kire say omo gina nyoma miensa so nyoma miensa na omo gina so no a defensive security. Omo check players me and sending no be a defensive action. Omo say Salinas the was so saying omo. The toso a physical maturity. Omo say Salinas data was so saying and then offensive outputs. Omo say no was so saying other guys no. And based on data no ma presenting so you know correct.
Okay.
And a fast and figures in control. By problem our honey say Manchester United signings ni no omo prioritize obi owo Premier League ne first. Obi owo Premier League na Manchester United for first. Done. Obi owo outside. By data department ne say Salinas no and the kind. Last week na Mbeka Cho say in Waneri. This week na Arsenal be taking the decision in future say obekwa na say uncle.
Yeah.
Decision na ba na say in Waneri no Arsenal for decide say omemana ko loan. Na loan no a dry loan. Kwakuba football transfers ma a little bit of education. Dry loan actual loan na option obligation to buy bianca home. O say to the biabeti play bi loan. Option to buy, obligation to buy, and dry loan. By dry loan no dey obligation to buy bianca home, option to buy bianca home. So Arsenal for decision you say in one area loan by dry. I have 4 clubs and assistance from open in one area. Fulham, Dortmund, Leipzig, and AC Milan. So you heard here in one area so about to see Ediamano. Chelsea for Hosa no munya call. Well, na me nim say Chelsea for any budget dia. Ya offer Rafael Leão dia ma Chelsea. On say report na ba say Chelsea ese omo pe 100 million pounds I say for Pedro Neto. I'll be called Saudi and also bit Marcos Spurs. Na no ne say intermediaries ne so say. Send ye Chelsea Tom Pedro Neto dia. On be replacement in Rafael Leão da ho. Our quality, our talent no, our power ni pace. I'll bet me abo Premier League be suiting very well. AC Milan for so per 40 to 50 million euros. For brand defense Rafael Leão. But I say Chelsea for no Rafael Leão no munye moved. Omunye too convinced with Rafael Leão there no. Na Inter Milan ne Abrantia say what joining Inter Milan.
Diego Moreira.
Make Curtis Jones.
Okay.
Curtis Jones say done. On so join by done no. A verbal agreement. On say in contract a football contract near verbal agreement. And your oral agreement. And a verbal and oral and your written agreement. The Inter Milan and Liverpool for a oral agreement. Yano yaja to me see bet you 35 million euros no. Na the man no buy me na say. Na Inter Milan for person me dey 30 million. And Liverpool for say na Spence crown ma kwa kotua almost 35 million euros. Na mo abefa Curtis Jones am say mo betua 30 yenje. Na papa oye head coach. Edma team friend say Inter Milan Christian Kivu. And they push for this deal the panel. Because they chena Inter for na twetwetwe kakra. And Christian Kivu say ni team no person ohye no. Obey use Curtis Jones as an interior midfielder left or right. Interior midfielder na djuma round the bayan ye say on the beje ball no. No wa build up na se no wa carry ball no. And to be operate as an interior midfielder and wa convince Inter Milan for no. Ye rest of our medicals. Curtis Jones ni Inter Milan and so no agreement ni done 35 and no and am Inter Milan for Liverpool for as I say and you money bring near so Crystal Palace for so. After Curtis Jones a move to Inter Milan no Liverpool for so omo call Crystal Palace and Walton. On the also be replacement Edma Curtis Jones. Now problem e won here say Crystal Palace for this one. E born the minimum of 100 million pounds. 2 time na e dem no omo ton Adam Walton na omo Crystal Palace any replacement. And the bad day for Liverpool for so many menya Adam Walton by Liverpool for say play omo peno e yo no a. Me be wie no mete say oye Barca ne Livakovic de no. Kwaku ye establish the fact say Barca consider Livakovic. Barca nyamfa bede nkoi. Barca enyanjin tumu say omo pe Livakovic sa goalkeeper no. Na de tie ye say Andy Barra te said ye wo kan ye no. On ye agent Edema Livakovic. The first question was obusa ye say, why na ye Andy Barra? Andy Barra agent or ye close to Deco ni Barcelona. Me pacho Andy Barra 85 players. 85 players no. The top 2 on the come Barcelona for Dani Olmo and Juan Garcia. And it's the agency no top players me no woman or the mama Barcelona and Tony Deco and a Barcelona for a very good relationship and football here. Anytime there was an agent and a club in a good relationship. And to no and all try say and Livakovic beba. And the plan for Barcelona in I say omo main goalkeeper, omo first choice Juan Garcia. On a year omo present and future. Next season no season a contract be wu. And to omo probia omo experience or be backup a problem bi amba. And to omo sign Livakovic na no mo sa de na Cologne. Nanka next season Livakovic ababa ye deputy to Juan Garcia. And to Barca betua krometua 3 million euros plus add-ons. No mo sa de na loan. Nanka next season waba. Perfect plan. Omo mpe problem bia wo mo dressing room. And there was obey second to Juan Garcia no. And also was some certain level of experience Livakovic will be. At the age no on be play first choice and fan yehwe. Enti asumie beba. Sa wo kofa goalkeeper no so tem bi opese obey first choice ah. De bia na the problem beba. Enti Juan Garcia na first choice na Livakovic aba be backup. Perfect plan for Barcelona. Enti say Barca for so consider say Livakovic no be sign no 3 million plus add-ons. Na omo de na loan next season no wetimi asa Barcelona.
Interesting.